The same quiet force that builds millionaires is right now making someone poorer, and it never clocks out. It works while you sleep, for you or against you, depending on one switch almost nobody knows they're holding. Same engine, two directions. Tonight, both go up on the lift, and I show you where that switch is hiding.
I am the mechanic. 20 years under the hood of one machine, your money. And today, two cars sit on the lift running the very same engine. It is called compound interest. I will show you where it builds a fortune, where it buries a debtor, and the one lever that decides which. No advice, just a schematic. Pop the hood. Maya, 24, pulls shots at a coffee bar. First paycheck, she opens a plain investment account and drops $200 in, the price of one night out, then forgets it exists. No stock tips, no timing, no genius. Just a small amount every single month left completely alone. That left alone part is the entire trick. Watch. Up on the lift. Here is the gear. Her money earns a return, and next year that return earns its own return. Interest on interest, a snowball rolling uphill, gathering snow it never pushed. Year 1, it barely moves, boring as paint drying. Year 30, it is a landslide. The snowball does not care that Maya is asleep, working as designed. Watch the boring part, because that is exactly where people quit. For the first 10 years, Maya's snowball looks pathetic, a few thousand, barely bigger than what she put in. Most folks stare at that, sigh, and stop. But those boring years are the foundation the big years stand on. Quit early and you saw off the fattest part before it can ever grow. Now run Maya's numbers out to 65. $200 a month at a long-run average of about 7%, roughly 40 years. She puts in around $96,000 of her own money. She pulls out close to $500,000. Look right here. The machine added over $400,000 she never worked for. At $20 an hour, that is 20,000 hours the snowball worked while she slept. But flip that engine around, and the same snowball rolls downhill onto you. Meet Dre, 31, driving deliveries between rent and repairs. He carries $6,000 on a credit card at about 24% a year. He pays a bit every month and feels responsible. He has no idea the machine building Maya a fortune is quietly building his debt a bigger one. Same lift, other car. On a debt, the snowball is interest piling onto interest you did not clear. Here is the gear ratio, the rule of 72. Take 72, divide by the rate, and you get the years for a balance to double if you simply leave it. At 24%, that is 3 years. A debt left alone doubles itself, working as designed. Run Dre's card the honest way. $6,000 at 24%, and say he mostly treads water for a couple of years. The interest alone can hand the lender several $1,000s, money that bought him absolutely nothing. In his time, at $18 an hour, that climbs past 200 hours behind the wheel, paid to a snowball rolling the wrong way. Same engine as Maya, reverse gear, and some snowballs are built to roll faster. Store cards and buy now, pay later plans can run past 30%, even 36%. At 36%, the rule of 72 says your balance doubles in just 2 years. That cheerful little pay in 4 button is the steepest hill in the shop. Convenient going down, brutal climbing back up. Put both cars on one screen. One starting dot, 2 lines leaving it. Maya's climbs, slow then steep, a curve bending toward the ceiling. Dre's dives, the mirror image, bending toward the floor. Same origin, same math, opposite signs. That is the whole picture of compound. 1 dot, 2 futures, and the fork between them is not luck. Now someone at the lift is already grumbling. I will start when I earn real money. A few years will not matter. Let us put it on the scale.
With this engine, the early years are not the small ones. They are the biggest because they compound the longest. A few years is not a few dollars. It is the fattest part of the snowball. Objection noted. Objection weighed.
So let us put a real price on those years. Ava and Noah, same $200 a month, same 7%. Ava starts at 25. Noah waits until 35. 10 years, that is all. At 65, Ava has about $500,000, Noah about $240,000. That 10-year nap cost Noah roughly $280,000, more than half the reward for skipping 10 years of small payments. You have seen the downhill snowball before. Remember the minimum payment button from last time? That green button was not a separate trap. It was this same snowball, aimed straight down. Pay only the minimum, the interest repiles on interest, and the ball barely shrinks. You are not failing at paying, you are feeding an engine built to roll the wrong way, patiently, while you sleep. And it is not only inside banks. Remember the shrinking package on the shelf? Inflation is compound too, a small percent gnawing your money's value, year after year, a snowball rolling against your savings. 3% a year sounds like nothing. Over 30 years, it quietly eats nearly half of what $1 buys. Same math, just pointed at your groceries. So which is it, friend or thief? Here is the part the brochures never frame.
It is not two engines, it is one.
The exact same force that builds Maya's fortune buries Dre's balance. Same interest on interest, same snowball. The only difference is which way it is pointed and who is holding the switch. Both cars, one engine. That is the whole reveal. Over a single working life, that little switch is worth about $500,000 pointed your way. Whew. And here is my read. This machine will never once tell you to start early or shut the debt off, because every year you wait and every month you carry, it keeps the difference. That part was not overlooked. It was engineered. Let us bolt the whole thing together. Maya, asleep, getting richer, snowball uphill. Dre, paying every month, still sinking, snowball downhill. Noah, who waited 10 years, watching the fat half roll away. The shrinking shelf, the minimum button, the same gear, every one. Not 4 machines, 1 engine, 1 switch, 4 drivers. Every part greased, every part working. Back to the top. The force that works while you sleep. Now you know it is not luck and not magic. It is interest earning interest in whichever direction it is aimed. The millionaire and the debtor are running the exact same engine. The only things standing between them are time, direction, and one switch you were never handed. So where's the valve? You do not set the return. You do not set the rate. But 2 things are yours: when you start the uphill snowball and whether you keep feeding the downhill one. That is the entire lever. Nobody is going to hand you this switch. It has been in your grip the whole time. Turning it is on you. One fair note, because I do not only bury things. Now and then, this same engine is aimed at you honestly. A plain savings account that compounds in your favor. No asterisks, no fine print. Rare, but real. Learn what that one looks like, because it is the same snowball, finally rolling uphill for the person who owns it. Your move, driver. Open any compound calculator, drop in one amount you save or one balance you carry, run it 30 years, and put the result in the comments. I read the readings. Subscribing is your service ticket. The next teardown is already on the lift. By protocol, this is not financial advice. It is a schematic, and the figures are rounded and illustrative. Where you drive is on you. Next up, the part hiding inside 0% financing.